Hello everyone and welcome to There's a New Tank Available Somehow, so here's a new video. Basically today I will be talking to you about the Blasteroid, or as I would call it, the Torque 2. Because HMS Torque basically has a sort of twin now, but it's sort of like the somewhat less fun twin, even though it looks so much better than the Torque. Torque honestly really needs a camouflage like this because it's so cool. But that being said, I've driven it and I will go over basically the details with you and just compare it to the regular Torque and all. And basically I've got one good game for you. This is not that game. This is basically a game where everything goes wrong, and basically it is a Torque. Torque is a tank that you cannot really take seriously, and as long as you keep that in mind while driving it, you generally will do fine. If you take it too seriously, then this nor the Torque is the tank for you, basically. That being said though, Torque is love, Torque is life. I absolutely love it, and it's really good fun to drive. And with that I mean like the Torque and not the Blasteroid, because like, as I said, this tank looks amazing. It is the somewhat less fun version of the Torque. Both tanks have an HP of 1550, both tanks have a fuel range of 240, but when you get to the gun then everything changes. The Blasteroid has a DPM of 1625 versus 1854 of the Torque. The pen is 171 for both, but the damage is basically 200 per shot on average for the Blasteroid, where it is 160 for the Torque. The shell velocity is 850 for the Blasteroid and 884 for the Torque. And basically like, the caliber is the same. The rate of fire is 8.13 for the Blasteroid, which means that there's a reload time of 7.38. Where it is the rate of fire is 11.59 for the Torque, with a reload time of 5.18. And I think that that's like the main difference that makes me like the Torque so much more than this version. I'm also not saying like that I was pro this game. It just like didn't work out for me in any way. And because it is a version of the Torque, you get punished a lot by noobing out, basically, because it's a very large target with not that much armor, so there is always an issue with that. Now, the aim time is 2.21 seconds for both. The dispersion is 0.345 for both. Basically, like, those gun stats are pretty much the same, but the gun depression on the Blasteroid is only 5%, where the Torque is 10%. The gun elevation is 20% for both. Aiming arc, of course, 180 degrees. Turret reverse is the same. The weight is the same. The speed is the same. Like, in a lot of ways these tanks are very, very alike, but for some reason it's a lot less fun than the actual Torque. And I think that's mainly to do with like the gun. The reload is longer, and even though you do more damage per shot, it's a quick reload of the Torque that just makes it really good fun. And of course, like, HMS Torque is like very slow. This was also like epic moment with me him missing and mine bouncing, but luckily I had a teammate, because like with the regular Torque I would have easily killed him there, but with this Torque, because the reload is just longer, it would be more of an effort and he might have killed me. But then there's the Dicker Max and I get killed anyway, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, like I said, this game is purely to show you what happens when the tank does not work for you and things don't go the way that you would like them to, so yeah. But overall, like, it is very alike to the Torque. It's just, the gun is just worse. It's different, but it's worse. I think that in a way it's good to do more damage per shot if you were to be able to actually get back into cover. But the thing is that it's a Torque. It's not really supposed to go back into cover. It just doesn't do that. It's too slow. It's too large. There's little cover that can actually conceal it properly. But then you get a game like this and I'm like, oh yeah, I can like this tank. But that's the thing, I have the same thing with the Torque, the actual Torque. Then I will drive it into battle, and as long as I don't take the battle seriously, then it will go all fine. And I feel like that is literally the same way that you need to handle this tank, so to speak. It's a meme tank, and I kind of like that they've chosen the Torque to better pacify for the birthday months, because basically it needed to be something special. Blitz is turning 8 this month, and that's very big as well. I have found that the gun can be quite troll, but at the same time, like, when you're in a position like this, I'm actually surprised that this worked half as well as it did. And this is one of those games where it works out. And I think that if you tune it with someone that is not driving a Torque or a Torque version, then it might go a lot better. But overall, I wasn't that disappointed at this game. So yeah, basically, I like this tank. I like the way that it looks. I've got some footage of the camo for you later on as well to show you, just to show you the not legendary camo and to show you the legendary camo more closely. I would definitely get this battle pass mainly because of the fact that it's a TOG. How can you not want a TOG? It's just like, what? So there is that. It remains a TOG, even if it's like not perfect, and even if I like the regular TOG better, it is still a TOG and I will want it for my collection. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And of course, generally the battle passes are still the best thing that you can buy in the game, money value wise, because you tend to get a lot of, you get gold, you get free XP, camo suits and all of that. The new system, I think, does need to get changed. I hope that they've changed some of the missions, because some of the missions have been redonkulous. But overall, generally, the value is still the best thing you can get in the game. So there is that, and that's something to keep in mind as well. But in this case, it's a TOG. I mean, do you really need to think about it then? Because it's a TOG. But honestly, all kidding aside, you always need to decide whether or not you want to actually invest something in the game and all. But if you do have money and you are set on spending it in the game, then generally the Battle Pass is just the best value that you can get. The thing that I do like about the new Battle Pass is that you don't have to do all your daily missions. You have like more time to spread it out. But then some of the missions are just way too specific and way too difficult, and they require way too many battles. So yeah, that is basically it for my review of the tank, though, to be honest, and my review of the sort of battle pass system. It's definitely not perfect. I hope Wargaming changes the missions to make it more doable. At least, like, you have a bit more choices and everything. But yeah, as for this tank for this month, I would like it because it's a TOG. And TOG is just great fun. Like I said, as long as you do not take it seriously. If you're a diehard gamer, you're probably not playing tier 6. But if you're a diehard gamer, then this is not the tank for you. But just look at it. This is the tank without the legendary camouflage. And it looks really nice, despite it not being like the animated version, which I'm also going to show you, obviously. But, like, it looks really cool. And how cool would it be to get a camo like that on the regular TOG as well? Just different, but, like, legendary camo like this, colorful and bright and animated and all. That would be so cool. So, yeah, that's basically my review of this tank. I hope I TOGified you enough to at least consider it. And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you all the next time again. But do remember, TOG is love, TOG is life. Bye-bye.